It is mod time! I am back in the studio in North Carolina, ready to do some mods for you guys. We've got one from Saturday, we got a bunch from yesterday, and a couple from today. Check the timestamps, everything will be included there. Otherwise, let's jump right in. First up, we've got that Lizard 65032. This is going, well, 65032. This is 0322. Wheel setups, we've got a standard set as well as standard number 2s. Number 3s head back to standard number 1s. As far as our facing configuration, we've got a couple different designs there on the front, and then lighting configurations, we have a few different ones there as well. Everything else is going to be color options. Now, this is basically a dump truck at the end of the day, 350 horsepower with a manual transmission, 250 liters of fuel, 55 miles an hour, and it holds 17,000 liters. Main color, here are all of your main color options. It's going to be the front, design color number 1. There we go, that's the back. And it does say Lizard on there, so heads up through there. Disc colors, we'll change that up. Black, I'm not actually sure what that's changing. Yeah, maybe one day we'll figure it out. And then we also have hub colors as well, which are, well, hub colors. Next is the Randon dumper Rodotrem. This is from Agromet. Good to see them dropping some more mods on here. Super interesting looking mods. Not only that, but the quality and the detail is, well, it's quite literally ridiculous on here. Configurations, we have a 35,000 liter config. We could go up to a 40,000 and then back down. Wheel options, we basically have a visual instead of what they're actually called, so you can flip through here, find the ones that you really like. Then wheel setups, we have basically all standards. Mud flaps, we have a standard set. We can also throw on a large mud flap or large mud flap with the writing on it, and then keep going through there. Arcing, we have yes or no, so that's going to raise up the back a little bit. Trailer model, we have the new arm line, then we could do the line R, and then small lights, yes and no. Wheel designs, we have a couple different setups for that, which looks super duper good. Configurations, new R or the line R, you can make that match up. We also have the 70 years or easy cover, which is pretty cool. And then color options, oh my goodness. So we have the main color, the chassis, the rear mud guards, the cover, and the rims, all with a full setup of colors. Next is a all-platform version of a PC mod we got not long ago, the Frontloader Lizard Barrel. This will hold water and milk, 1,250 liters of it, and it, well, hooks up with a front loader. And some placeables, medium-sized crop storage is on here. It's going to cost you $43,000. Well, that didn't work. Let's come over here and put this one instead. It is a very, very nicely done building. Or shed, rather. Looks like we're opening from the inside only, so heads up there. That one may be a little bit different, but these, we take a look down here at the bottom, we actually have animations for that. That's super cool. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. Obviously, we see stuff like that all the time, but not quite like that. Anyway, great design on here. Very, very beautiful building. So if you want to see it, check it out. It can be found in sheds. And same goes for the old warehouse. This will cost you $40,000. It's got a $20 per day daily upkeep. Again, inside on this one looks super duper good. They've done a really good job on this. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just me, but the sheds that have come out since I came back home from my trip look really, really good. Super high detail on here. And another one, the bulk material warehouse. This costs you $55,000, so quite expensive for what you're going to be getting off of this. However, it does look very good, and it is a Horman brand as well. So if you're looking for something to match up with your other stuff, this will be the one to go for. Here's the mod pack that came out last week, the Landstal Machines pack. This is a full setup of all kinds of things to take care of the ground on your farm. So in here, first up, we have the WNS 300. This is going to be a mulcher. So we've got that additional load. You can throw on some extra weight on the back, and then we have reflectors and all that good stuff for the back of it as well. 60 horsepower, 3 meters, 12 miles an hour. Then we've got a roller, a new setup for roller, 100 horsepower required, 6.3 meters and 9 miles an hour. Different wheel options to choose from, including some beautiful Midas tires. It looks like are from the Alpine stuff. There you go. We've also got some extra setup for lining, boxes for stones. We have a troll, which I don't know what a troll is, but it's that. And that's it for there. Then we have another roller, this one a little bit bigger, 12.3 meter working with, and then a subsoiler. Look at the detail on this thing, man. 3 meters, 180 horsepower, and then we have some extra lighting on it. Moving on, we have a disc harrow. It's quite a small one, 3 meter one on here, 100 horsepower. We do have that hitch on the back, so you can throw on something if you need to, but you don't have to if you don't want to. And then we got something big. This is a weeder, 6 meter, 11 miles an hour. It's good to see some weeders set up for that. I really like this. They say it can only be used on the first stage of growing, so heads up, it can pull out a small and medium. So that's that. And then we have another setup here as well. This is another weeder, so this one's only for the first stage. However, it's also a mulcher configuration. We have standard or a mulcher, so you have to choose it. You have extra lighting, and then, of course, we have the attachment options. Then we've got a seeder. Holds 350 liters of seed, which is nice. And you'll be able to run it, I think, with this. Troll, yes or no, track eradicators? Goodness gracious. Actually, no, you're going to be using it on the Landstal right here. So make sure you're using that. I say the Landstal, they're all the Landstal. The other weeder. Then also, to round it all out, we have a shallow cultivator right here. And then we have a small subsoiler here. Big pack of mods. Unfortunately, just wasn't around to do a video on these, but hey, they're out now for all platforms if you want them. Now on to our maps. We have the Old Stream Farm expansion for Black Sheep modding. We have talked about this one a little bit, and it's finally here. This is massive. So this is the famous farm of the 70s back again with an expanded version for even more farmland and even more fun. If you play the Old Stream Farm, you may know that it kind of stops about right here and doesn't really go past about all of that. Well, they've added even more, making this a full, and I mean full, 2 kilometer by 2 kilometer map with the availability to purchase the outside of the map for free. Tell you what, leave it up to the professionals, am I right? 135 arable or meadow fields, 11 forestry plots, 4 building points, 3 farm buildings, 1 dealership, 4 production areas, 1 livestock market, 1 sales market for all of your products, and 3 rail silos for selling them. Also, they've done a pretty good job of hitting the outside of the map, although there's a lot of trees in between, so if you're down like here, for example, you don't know that the edge of the map is right up there. Again, great job through there. It's Black Sheep modding. Come on. What you need to know in new farmer mode, you're going to be getting quite a lot. So everything that you see right here is going to be owned, including basically what I would consider the inside of the map. I don't know. There's an inside and then there's an outside of the map. So you do own part of the sell points, or actually most all the sell points with the exception of the BGA. And then you've also got your main farm here. And then we have farmyard or field number 3. Now you can expand a little bit, which is very, very nice. However, if you choose one of the other areas, well, then you can expand those as well. All good. The main farmyard should look very, very familiar to you. I don't believe they've changed much, if anything at all, for the main farm area and for most of the other plots that you remember. However, everything else has been changed, including all this stuff up here at the top of the map. I am loving it. I'm loving it. I would love to do a series on this. If you want to see it, let me know. It's a beautiful map and a great way to send Farming Simulator 22 off into the distance with a beautiful sunset at the edge. Even though the sun's up right now. Just ignore that. If you're looking for some new things that have been added, well, we do have alfalfa. However, that's the only new crop that's been added. Here is your growth calendar. So it's fairly base game, so you got that, and alfalfa is the exact same as grass, so at least you'll know how all of that goes. Then if we take a look at our owned items, we've got a fan favorite 511, as well as a John Deere 7810. We've got the Deutz-Fahr Topliner 4090, Schaefer 2630. In cars, we have the pickup 2017, the Claas Carrot, as well as the Topliner 4090 header. In plows, we have the Servo 25. Cultivators, the EG39. Seeders is going to be our Nordston. And then in front loaders, we got a universal bucket, header trailer, and a couple weights. If these look real familiar, that's the same starting equipment that we have with the other version of this map, which I think may be one of the highest rated maps on the Mod Hub. And as always, I like to share with you guys the required mods. So here you go. We have the Agricultural Fair, as well as Old Storage Shed, and the 60 Buildings pack. The map's not too big, 286 megabytes, which is kind of funny because the 60 Buildings pack's 198. All right, let's move on. Next, we have Farms Bandeirantes, or Bandeirantes Farm, depending on where you are seeing it. This is a new one for 245 megabytes to download. It's got 39 medium and large size fields, all of which have missions, which is very, very nice. We've also got some new crops, but I don't know how to say I don't know how to say that one. And yep, don't know how to say that one either. So there you go. We've got new crops on there. Starting off in new farmer mode, you get farm number 1. That's about it. Down here we also have a medium fuel station if you need that. Now, farmland number 1 includes 2 fields, plus we have our farm up there. It's also kind of nice because we get that arrows. We get that brand new crop on there. Now, if we take a look at our crop calendar, they have changed this up completely. Hey, big shouty outy to them for doing this. This is a South American map, so whenever we start off, you're going to see we are in February, not in August, because everything's a little bit backwards there. Actually, Luis helped explain a little bit of that to me when we were at FarmCon. So big shouty outy to him. If you guys want to know what we get in new farmer mode, well, we've got the Famarol 120C, which is nice. I believe that was also a DLC item, so hey, you get it, which is great. We also have the Valtra Q305, as well as the Valtra Valmont 8750 medium tractors. And the large tractors, we got John Deere 7R. We also have a big combine harvester, a 1090. Normally, you don't see something that big. I'll take it. AgriLiner Muck 303, header, the 41-footer, and we've got a subsoiler, the Culti-Plow Platinum 8M. Goodness gracious, big equipment here. K-branded espresso. We got the John Deere 1775 NT. We've got 2 sprayers, front and rear mounted. Big old spreader. We also have a bunch of things for doing animals as well. Something to mix the feed, something to spread the straw, something to give them water. We also have stuff for running silage, front loader tools for a big bag. We got a header trailer and a weight for the John Deere 7R. There's a lot going on with this map, and there's a whole lot more than just mods that we get because, well, there's 14 required mods. And as always, here they are. One nice thing though, the mod isn't too big, 245 megabytes. And our last new one for all platforms today in the, yesterday is a third map, Fjorddal. I don't know how to say it. Fjorddal. It's a fictional valley in West Norway. They've played around with the ideas of water and different things like that. It may look familiar to you because, well, this is the map that you can find on the Alpine map. So they've used kind of the base for that. However, you have to take the train over here. As far as I can tell, the train is the only thing that comes over here. You could probably drive on the train tracks like it was GTA San Andreas if you want to, and that's probably what I'll end up doing as well. Super cool idea through there. We do have fields over here, which again, I don't know how in the world you're going to get over here without driving on the train track, but it's pretty cool, and I like that. Oh, that's so cool. Very different. Super different from anything that we've seen so far, so I'll take it. Taking a look at the PDA itself, we start up with a little bit tiny area over here around 25. We'll poke around and see what we get through there. There we go. They wanted to make sure that you had a beautiful view from the main farm, and well, I would say they've done that very well. They've also utilized an area for this map specifically, which we don't normally go to very often. The bottom left-hand corner of the map. Over here, way over there, is where you're going to find your water area. Everything kind of goes downhill from there. A lot of itty-bitty, teeny-tiny little fields all spread out. However, you do own the land that they're all on. No outside of the map. So where you see all of this area, well, that's all shut down. So you cannot go outside that, but you can go inside of it, I guess. Yeah, there's that. As far as new crops, there are none. As far as our growth calendar, there is a base game one, and then that is it. And then in your vehicles for new farmer, we got your Maxim CVX 115. We've got the Valtra T255 and the 7810 John Deere, as well as the Rush Mash Nova. We get the Crampy Half Pipe. Love seeing that for base game. And then we've got the header for that. Now we've also got a cultivator, seeder, fertilizer spreader, slurry tank. We've got a mower, windrower, forage wagon. Love that one's my favorite. Front loader tools, and a couple weights. Very cool. Now, it does require one mod, however, it's not too bad. The Buildings of Norway, and if you're curious, it's about 150 megabytes. It's update time, and we got updates for all platforms. First is tools for big cranes, version 1.1. You can now enter the man basket and operate the crane and the door from inside. Also, new exit point in the basket and passenger compatibility for Kubota DLC. 3 passengers are added. Next up, the STIHL MS261C-ILM Light 04 Timber Sports 1.1. added the Timber Sport version. Next up, the Rolmako U624 version 1002 added support for dynamic lowering. And the same thing for the Rolmako U436 HP version 1011 added support for dynamic lowering. Etunnel Single Arc version number 2 added action for active or deactive the object storage. Wiebenvillage version number 2, they fixed the unevenness of the fields. Floating curb has been removed. Farmland number 1 is now full-free. New fruits spelt millet and triticale, none of those are spelled right except for millet. Removed Brand's grain silo on the farm. Bale storage on the farm removed. Bales and pallet storage integrated into the map. No extra mod needed there. BGA's been removed. New street lights been placed. New fence at the carpentry shop. New manure tank on the farm. Added decorative trees and supermarket replaced by Farmer's Market. And your last update for all platforms, we got Dual Valley version 1001. Fixed the wardrobe trigger on Taylor, fixed stone production train unload issue, and fixed the typos. And your last mod today, and it is going to be the only one for PC and Mac players. It's called Solar Farms. There's quite a few different ones. All you got to do is go to Productions and go into your generators, and you'll be able to find all of these. Now, I've gone for the biggest one for a reason, mainly because it gives you the most amount of money. Oh, well, obviously. So in through here, there's a couple things that we can do. We can open and close the gates right here. If we come up to this building right here, we can make it appear and disappear, which is very, very cool. I love that. All the way through, you can see we have different sounds and things like that. We can remove that one if we want to. And then around here, we have a charging station. Now, they do say that the charging station will only charge as fast as you're making power. You can also move it, so it completely disappears from that side. And if we come around towards this side, boop, now it is here. So you can move it back and forth between the two. To get more power, all you gotta do is come to this X and raise the solar panels. And they'll kind of raise up and just find the sun, basically. Also, if you're around in the inside, on the outside you can't see these, but on the inside, there are these red X's that pop up, where we can actually remove fences so that you can build a massive area. And this is going to include all of them. So let's say you want to put a few of these back to back or something like that. Well, you can actually do that just by deleting the fences. So it's kind of a modular solar array, but in a fun way. Such a cool mod, man. Now let's jump over to new ones we got today. We first have the Agromet Famarol Słupsk Z211-2. This is a tedder, but you would never know it because I think somebody forgot some stuff up here at the top right-hand corner of the screen. We also have the boom that goes with this if you do want to use it. Now, as far as specs for this, 15 horsepower, 3 meters and 9 miles an hour. We've got a couple reflector caps on here. Oh, just a little piece at the end. All right, we also have a scraper plate, markings on the rake itself. We also have an attachment type, so that's going to be around towards front. And then we've got colors. We've got for the frame, color of the stars, the plastics, and the rim color. Secondly, from Weasel, the Power Tools developer. This is a quality of life mod for modders that works well alongside the Power Tools, Easy Dev, and Global Explorer. An improved style of visualizing in-game tables together with the possibility to save tables to well-formed Lua files opens up a new way of understanding the FS object model. And unfortunately, I have no idea what any of this means, but I'm sure that this is going to be extremely helpful to a lot of modders out there, so definitely check it out. Now let's get into updates. First is the Ursus 6-pack from Kastan 18 version 2.1. Improved the backlights, improved tires, and added a few configs. Additional units version 1002. Fixed controls freeze around items with lubricating grease. Enhanced cruise control version 1001. Fixed self-propelled sprayers don't load in store. MaizePlus 1306 translation BR plus PT added. Wardrobe plus 204. I have no idea. Version 203 is in here, but not 204. And the map Szpakowo, I don't know how to say it still. Version 1101 problems with animations corrected and corrected the proportions in DMR. And lastly, Tyrolean Whitecreek Valley. I could say that one. Version 1001. Hay drying, increased loading trigger size, and hay crane, increase the maximum capacity to 4,000 liters. And that is it. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I hated having to do a mod video a day late. I wanted to get this done last night when I got home. However, I was delayed between 2 and 3 hours. Doing a mod video at 11 p.m. Eastern wasn't quite in the books for me. Nonetheless, hope you enjoyed this one anyway. Also, check out the video we dropped a little bit earlier today talking about the new racing game that Giant Software will be publishing. It's very fun and very interesting. Have a great day. We'll see you later.